What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Prod.cast. I'm Andric.
I'm Basil.
And I'm SK.
And today we are going to do the podcast episode, a video podcast episode of the newest Batman movie directed by Matt Reeves. So today, as you can see, because just now as we introduced to SK, wait, do you say SK or Kim?
SK? Yeah?
Oh, okay. So as you can see, when the camera shifted to SK just now, you saw someone sitting next to him. So we have a special guest today, Zach. You are officially our second guest on the show.
Who's the first?
This lady called Shanna. Although you are the first video guest.
Yeah, that's right.
So a little bit of backstory here. We watched the movie about 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago.
2 Saturdays.
2 Saturdays ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
No, I think
Yeah,
2 Saturdays ago.
More or less,
Yeah.
1.5 weeks ago, whatever lah.
Yeah.
Right, so we watched the movie a while ago. There was a little bit of a mishap there because I originally wanted to buy the ticket on 5th March.
Yeah.
Right? But then I bought it but then when I did the online booking, I don't know what happened. Somehow it became 3rd March and I sent the screenshot to the group and nobody realized, including myself. But I feel very bad because I was the one that bought it. And then we were there at the freaking theatres on 5th March at the timing. And then as we were about to go into the theatres, the person scanned the QR code and you don't have seats. This is for 2 days ago. Then I freaked out. Then I just dragged Basil to the counter. We spent like 10 minutes there. Then SK started to scare me from behind by appearing suddenly. Right then,
That's what he does.
Yeah.
I mean that's exactly what he does. So, we spent a while at the counter to figure out what we can do, and there was nothing they could do. But honestly, we watched it at Shaw Lido, right? And the Shaw guys were really very nice to us. They actually offered a refund, and
We didn't watch it there. We were supposed to watch it there.
we were supposed to watch it at Shaw Lido.
Yeah.
We explained the situation to the manager and he offered us a full refund even though we made the mistake and we basically missed our own screening.
Yeah.
But they offered us a full refund, so thank you very much to Shaw if you're watching this. We would like to be sponsored. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we definitely can't be sponsored by them because we eventually took our business to Cathay.
Okay, so we really wanted to watch the movie that day. We spent about an hour trying to figure out what to do next. We came up with a couple of plans, and in the end, we found a nearby theatres. Where was it? Cathay.
It was the Cathay.
The
It was the
Yeah.
Cathay.
We
Went to the Cathay to watch the Batman.
That was my job. I was about to say it. Don't interrupt the host. Okay, so we went to the Cathay to watch the Batman, and we didn't get great seats, but we got seats nonetheless. And it was like 30 minutes to screening.
No,
Yeah.
I think
No, less than that.
No,
less than-
we decided to
By the time
move from Lido.
we started to move,
30
it was
minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah,
30
correct,
minutes.
correct.
Yeah.
we got there and by the time we got the tickets, it was like 5 minutes
before.
away.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
5 minutes away.
So we had 30 minutes to move our asses to from Lido to Cathay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
From
yeah,
Lido to
yeah, yeah,
Cathay,
correct.
we took a train, we power walked
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I mean, a few of them ran lah.
Who ran?
No one ran.
You lah.
Huh?
You are.
I never.
No, we
walked.
didn't.
I brisk walk.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh,
I mean, I kind of did.
He ran.
Me,
Yeah.
Lina, and S. We were like walking behind slowly.
Right.
Yeah. So, just to be clear, when I said me, Lina, and S, I didn't mean Lina's S. I mean our friend called S. Yeah. So it was the 6 of us. So we watched 2 by 2 by 2.
Yeah.
And when I first sat down, I remember the feeling I had. I did not like the seats. I
Oh.
really didn't like the seats because it was at the extreme end, and then the screen is fucking curved.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And some parts I couldn't see clearly, and the entire movie is basically black.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's so dark.
Yeah.
It was the sitting that makes it dark actually, because I actually watched the next day. I actually had the chance to watch it again. I had
Siao.
but the thing is, I had a similar situation in which my friend actually booked a ticket and he also booked the wrong date. So yeah, he booked the wrong date. So it was a very eerie situation.
How does it happen twice?
Yeah, it happened twice. And
It happened once with Andric, and then the other one was happening twice with your.
one more friend.
What are the chances of that?
I immediately straight away WhatsApp them and I said that this is like too good too odd to be true. Like I was laughing all the way when this happened. Yeah. And when I was at that particular city bar, which is GV Bedok, it was actually way better. Yeah, when
You
you're
went
sitting
all the way
further.
to Bedok to watch, and then you never call me.
Well, because
No lah, he's Scully go on date with girl, you don't know.
That's why.
Yeah, I wish it's a girl.
But GV Bedok, I will tell you no lah. Shitty place.
But it's okay. It's okay.
I don't like the
Wait,
cinema.
I mean, I guess we're not getting sponsored by GV now.
Yeah.
Two.
You still have a chance for Cathay.
Not enough leg room.
Yeah, it doesn't have enough leg room, but it was further enough to see most
Far
of
enough.
far enough to see a lot of things. Why did I say further enough? Far enough to see a lot of things,
Yeah.
including those things
Wait,
initially.
how far back were you? Like, were you in the middle or at
No,
the sides?
that's true.
Last row
Yeah.
by the middle.
Yeah. No, not in the middle. It's close to the aisle, but the whole seat was actually packed in the middle. All compound, yeah.
Okay.
So it was still fine, and I could clearly see a lot of things which I didn't see on the day before. Yeah. So I immediately concluded that it was definitely, the seating arrangement that caused it to be a little bit too dark. Yeah, you need to have a certain distance in order to see clearly, especially the lightings.
What if the reason was because it was a different theater? Because we went to the Cathay and then you went to the one at Bedok.
Yeah, I mean, the Grand Cathay is a pretty old cinema.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, the GV Bedok opened like 3 years ago.
Maybe.
So yeah, and given that it's a smaller theater, it could be brighter. The screen could be brighter somehow.
Yeah,
I don't know how
brighter.
it works. Like, yeah.
I felt that it could be brighter, but there were a lot of details which I missed when like you said, it was very dark during the time when we were watching it, and then the next day when I watched it, it was much clearer, and I spot some details very, very vividly. Yeah.
So back to my story.
Yep.
We were sitting at like separate ends. Like
Yeah.
I was on the right side end, and Basil and SK were on the other side.
Yeah,
end.
the other side.
And then Zack and S were kind of near us, but still at the side seats.
Yeah.
Yes,
We were
correct.
one row down and then off to the... You were at one end of the aisle. We were on the same, what's it called? The same seating, row seating. But then you were on one side, we were on the right, on the other side.
Basically, all our seats were all on extreme ends.
Yeah.
Safe to say.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
And in the first, like, I would say 30 to 45 minutes, I was just like I was kind of in a bad mood because the seats were terrible and I couldn't see shit. Right. But after a while, right, I totally forgot I was in bad seats because the movie was so captivating.
Yeah, it's true.
Right. And that brings us into the movie.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
first things first, this movie is directed by Matt Reeves. We first heard of this news that Matt Reeves is directing when it was still Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Still Ben
correct.
Affleck's
So
movie. Yeah.
what exactly happened? Did he drop out or did Matt Reeves say no, I don't want Ben Affleck? Like what happened? I don't
To
remember.
be honest, I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember when
What I remember is that Ben Affleck was supposed to be writer, director, and
producer.
starring
Yeah.
and producer.
Oh, he was writing, directing?
Yeah,
He was
I
doing
remember
almost
that.
everything.
I
Yeah, he
remember
was
that.
doing- Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, guys, Ben Affleck is a solid writer.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
And
He's a solid director as
he's a
well.
solid
Yeah,
director.
he's a
as well.
director as well.
Argo.
Yeah,
yeah, Argo.
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 and The Town.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gone Baby
The Town's
Gone.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah. So
Gone Baby Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's his first one. That's with his brother.
is that not Gone Girl?
No, Gone Girl he starred in Gone Girl, but he didn't direct it. He
Oh.
directed Gone Baby Gone.
Yeah.
Okay, I've not heard of that.
So
That's really
I remember he was signed to write, direct, produce, and act in it.
Yeah.
And then he decided, okay, screw this. I think it's a bit too much. I'm not going to direct it. So let's bring in a director.
I
And
think
they
it
got
went-
Matt Reeves.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, no facts here, but I recall it might have something to do with the Joss Whedon's Justice League that they decided to drop, like Ben Affleck's Batman.
No, I think Ben Affleck just got tired.
Yeah, I think
well, he got tired because of
yeah,
that.
he got tired. Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't enjoy the negative. I mean, who would? But he didn't enjoy the negative publicity.
Yeah.
Especially Justice League.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
After
see what
JLA.
happened to Ray Fisher, right? So,
What happened to Ray Fisher?
Hmm?
What happened to Ray Fisher?
I mean, he's practically openly speaking out against
Oh,
Joss
right.
Whedon.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah,
I mean, Joss Whedon's a piece of shit.
I think
lah.
the whole cast probably got just tired of everything.
I think one thing
There.
is I definitely think that it's because of the negative publicity for him in this case, because he was trying so hard to redeem himself after his disastrous Daredevil. That's why when he actually acted,
You mean Ben Affleck?
Ben
Yeah.
Affleck.
Right.
Yeah, which is why when he acted in the Batman versus Batman v Superman or Superman v Batman, everybody was praising him so much that he's willing
Yeah, he
to-
was good in Batman v Superman,
yeah.
but not in JLA. JL.
A bit of a character.
Yeah.
Sorry?
A bit out of character.
Yeah.
The one that Zack Snyder edited actually.
You mean the Zack Snyder cut?
Yeah, the Zack Snyder cut was redeemed him so much.
It was like 4 hours long, man.
Yeah,
wow,
but even-
damn.
The funny thing about Justice League is that I've never seen the Joss Whedon version. I've watched from front to back
Right.
the Snyder cut.
Right.
That's my first ever viewing of the Justice League
Wow.
movie.
You know what I disliked most about the Joss Whedon version? There was this one scene where they were in, I don't know, some underground
Yeah.
nonsense, whatever. Like they just
Then the
entered,
water tunnel.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They were about to go and find Steppenwolf and
correct.
whatever. So they just entered, and then Wonder Woman landed first, and then the Flash tripped and he landed on
Oh
her
yeah,
chest.
Yeah.
So apparently
Gal Gadot didn't want to do that scene.
Yeah.
it wasn't even her.
Yeah, it wasn't even her.
It wasn't even her. It was a stunt woman,
Yeah.
and
Yes,
she
right.
didn't agree to that scene.
Yes.
Like for her to be sexualized. I mean, she's already wearing pretty revealing outfit, but that's a comic book outfit anyway, so I guess it's fine. But she didn't agree to that scene, and that's when I knew, this was a piece of shit, man. Seriously.
How did they not like figure Joss Whedon out? Like Joss Whedon's not a new guy. He's been in the business for a while.
No, I mean, he did do Avengers, right? And it was wildly successful for Marvel, and Warner Brothers were afraid. They were so afraid of the, like, that Justice League or wouldn't make as much money as the Avengers. So when they had the opportunity to drop Snyder, then they got the guy who did Avengers, lor. I mean, it's a BS decision to me, lah. But
It was a knee-jerk reaction after.
it's a knee-jerk reaction. Yeah,
because of the
That's right.
negativity of Batman v Superman at the time. Then, lo and behold, the moment when Joss Whedon came in with that whole entire Justice League, it was so bad that everybody wanted to watch the Zack Snyder version,
Like-
which turns out was
Personally, I feel they dropped the ball with that one because
With which one?
with hiring Joss
Oh, okay.
to change up Justice League to become more like ha ha ha.
I mean,
Yeah, you know.
I mean,
Alright.
Yeah.
What is brunch? Like, what is
Yeah,
brunch?
yeah. I know. I mean, you're obviously not going to make as much money as Marvel. Right.
You're rushing the whole
Well,
thing.
not
They-
yet.
Yeah, not yet anyway.
Yeah,
but because they already decided to go in a certain direction with this universe, right? So, getting Joss Whedon in to change the Justice League into the Avengers was always going to be a disaster.
Yeah, correct.
I actually think that it was, I wouldn't say doomed from the start, as in like from when they hired Joss Whedon, because Zack Snyder had already done an X amount of the movie,
Yeah.
you know, and Joss Whedon and Zack Snyder, I do think that they have talent. They do have talent. Even Zack
Of course
Snyder,
they do.
Yeah, they
you
do.
know, but they're very different filmmakers. They're very
Yeah.
different. They're very different writing styles,
Yeah.
directing styles, and stuff. So you can very clearly see the contrast.
Yeah.
You can very clearly see the writing styles of Joss Whedon and Zack Snyder, and you can
Yeah.
tell which scenes were reshoot
Yeah.
just from the writing alone.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what also caused some of the problems, because you got those like stupid lines like, you know, what is brunch? You know,
Wait, who said
Oh.
that?
if I remember correctly, it was
The Flash.
Barry. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Oh.
Barry.
He was constantly saying the voice branch, and then it was the end credit scene where we talked about it again.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was that Swama,
Yeah.
the Swama from.
it was trying to be the Shawarma. scene
Yeah, I was
from
trying to be the
Avengers.
trauma
Yeah.
moment. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, and those are some of the
So
biggest
pathetic.
problems where people are like, you can clearly tell, and it doesn't mesh.
Yeah, and I really hated the color grading.
Yeah. I hate
It was
that,
horrible.
That final battle scene.
Yeah, everything
Oh.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, the color grading for Justice League was
Just.
like I said,
Justice League.
Like I said, I haven't seen the original Joss Whedon version of Justice League, but I've watched clips of it, of the final battle on YouTube. Oh my god!
yeah. It's like they went into their grading software and then they up the blacks, and then they push everything to like the blue or the and the red,
Up the tint.
up the saturation. Yeah.
I actually more of have a very funny theory about this. Like they spend all their money trying to remove who's the guy, Henry Cavill's mustache, that they don't have enough money to do color grading.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the Reddit joke lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then to answer your question about Joss Whedon's behavior on set, I believe he has always been that way, even on Avengers. Just that when Avengers first came out, there was no Me Too movement.
No, it was because there's not a lot of like lady or female lead at that time. It's only
Scarlett Johansson came out after that.
Yeah, she came out, but she's the only person. No one actually bothered to hear about that. But
I'm pretty sure there were a lot of crew that were female that just didn't come out. But because back then there was no such thing as a Me Too movement yet.
True.
But then by the time the Justice League came out, the Me Too movement has been going on for a while and people were starting to come out slowly.
Oh yeah, that's
So
true.
that's how he got
Actually,
outed.
not even when the Justice League came out. I think it was a couple of years after that, like 18, 19.
I think it was 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't remember
Yeah.
when.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's not spend too much time on Justice League and Joss Whedon just because he doesn't deserve our time. Let's just move back into the Batman. So it's directed by Matt Reeves. It was supposed to star Ben Affleck, and after that, I guess he got tired and he didn't do it. And lo and behold, they just dropped the announcement where it's going to be starring Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you can expect, people are going to hate on it because when they first announced Heath Ledger as a Joker, people hated on it.
Yeah.
Because they were
Well,
like, how can a gay Brokeback Mountain guy act as the Joker?
well,
And
I mean, they did the same thing for Ben Affleck.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
everyone,
Yeah.
even Michael Keaton got it.
Yeah,
Yes,
even Michael
correct,
Keaton got it
correct,
because he
correct.
was too short, apparently. Yeah.
Yeah,
This
Yeah.
isn't comic book, but Daniel Craig for James Bond.
Oh, yeah,
Was
yeah,
too
yeah.
blonde,
Yeah,
yeah.
he got it too, yeah.
Blonde
He was too
hair,
blonde,
blue
yeah.
eyes.
Yeah, he
No.
was too blonde and he had
James
two
Bond
eyes,
is brown hair with
Yeah.
brown eyes.
Pierce Brosnan. Anyway,
Yeah.
so well, I don't know.
No, Pierce Brosnan wasn't criticized.
It was
no, I'm just saying that I
Yeah,
like Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know how to carry on from my last point. So
Robert
yeah,
Pattinson.
No, one thing about Robert Pattinson is he, even though he had the backlash, right, is a lot of people didn't know about his background post Twilight.
Twilight.
Well,
Because he has a lot of very good work after
I mean,
Twilight.
dude's always been a serious actor. That's just one show he did.
Yeah, correct.
Right?
Technically, it was 5.
Yeah. Five.
Yeah.
But
But it's not just him. Kristen Stewart is having a hard time even now. So
No, I mean I think she's actually breaking out of it. Like,
slowly,
Yeah, she's only breaking
Slowly,
out.
oh.
I mean,
Yeah.
she just got nominated for an Academy Award.
for Spencer.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
Spencer.
yeah.
Spencer wasn't that good, by the way. I watched it. It's,
Oh, you have.
I cannot say.
I'm actually interested to watch it.
I have it. I can loan you my Blu-ray next time.
It's probably some C style kind of show, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit. Let's not get to Spencer.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so so as expected, any actor that will be announced to play a comic book character will get backlash.
Yeah.
It's not
yeah.
even about Robert Pattinson. It's just any actor that is casted to play Batman
Yeah.
or any character would get backlash.
Christian Bale also got it. What?
I can't remember what he got.
Oh, the guy from American Psycho is gonna become Batman. Oh,
Too skinny.
yeah, too skinny.
I think at this point, regardless, you can find the most perfect suitable actor or actress for a comic book role. There's going to still be it may still be a minority, but it's going to be a vocal minority that will just blow up social media because they'll find something.
Because the thing about Robert Pattinson is the reason why he got such backlash also is because at the same time his attitude throughout preparation was also making a lot of like news, you know. He was like claiming that, I didn't work out for Batman. So that actually got a lot of the fans also riled up about it also. Yeah, so that also contributed to the fact that a lot of people think that, he's not.
I mean, he didn't have to.
Like,
His version
reaction
of Batman
from-
has always been like the lean type.
Yeah.
You know, like not the one from the animated series, but like I think the Brave and the Bold, like
That's-
one
that's-
where it's slightly leaner.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really rich coming from people who probably don't work out themselves.
Yeah, I agree. Agree.
Awkward silence.
No,
So I like
a bit lost.
with Robert Pattinson. Like I think even before that, I actually didn't mind Robert Pattinson. I was still on the fence just purely because you can never know how an actor is going to perform until you actually see them perform.
Yeah.
You know, no one knew how good Heath Ledger's Joker was going to be until they actually saw him on screen.
Yep.
So I was a bit on the fence, but I wasn't absolutely hating on Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
I believe that he had potential as much as any actor would take on the role. And I actually think I had more positive things purely because of what Robert Pattinson has done before taking up the role as Batman and after his role in Twilight. He was in Good Time. He was in The Devil All the Time. Say what you want about the movie, but he was great in it.
Yeah.
You know, coming out with that.
Wait,
with that.
as in The Devil All the Time is the one that stars Tom Holland, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson was in it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't remember.
he played a southern pastor.
Oh.
So
Oh.
you know, and he was
Accent
good
and
in it.
all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's
with an
very good
accent. And there was another movie.
Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse.
Yeah, the
Okay,
Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse was one of them, but The Giver, or like I think that's one with Guy Pearce and him.
The one that I think I wasn't very alarmed or even like going against Robert Pattinson become Batman was because of Lighthouse. Right?
Yeah. Same.
It was because of Lighthouse the moment I
Same.
said he fits the role.
I
Same,
think The
same, same.
Lighthouse was probably the one where I think people started looking at him like he
Different.
started to really get away.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I remember seeing the trailer for The Lighthouse
Hmm?
where randomly when I was at the projector, so they just played the trailer for Lighthouse and I was like, shit, this guy looks good in the dark because it's
Yeah.
black and white. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I knew he was gonna make a great Batman.
Just to
Yeah.
preface this, I haven't seen The Lighthouse yet, and I want to watch it. Please
Neither
don't spoil
have
it for
I.
me.
Yeah.
I want to watch it too.
Please don't spoil it for me.
Yeah, okay.
But if I were to watch The Lighthouse, I mean, if I were to watch The Lighthouse pre-Batman, it would be to watch Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
So, so obviously at this point we have discussed that the director is Matt Reeves, Batman is Robert Pattinson. We have Catwoman, or rather Selena Kyle, because I don't think her name Catwoman has really been
Yeah,
mentioned.
Selena Kyle.
So Selena Kyle, who's played by Zoë Kravitz.
Yes.
Where have we seen her before?
Angel, X-Men First Class.
Right.
I was about to say
Oh yeah, that's right.
I totally forgot that was her.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, she had long hair then.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
correct,
right.
Oh, I think she lost a lot of weight. I mean, I feel that's a bit sexist for me to say, but I think she lost a lot of weight for this.
Well, it's really because she's a mother now.
She's a mother?
She is.
I think she's a
I
mother.
don't know.
I can't remember
Wow.
if she's. I can't remember if she. I know she's married, but I don't know whether she's a mother now.
I don't know. Never.
I'm not
Never really
I'm,
followed.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at your knowledge of her.
Well, I've been.
At your fingertips.
Yeah. But to be fair, she needs to be a little bit slimmed down for that role because she needs to have that flexibility. Now, as Angel, she doesn't need to do a lot of things except fly.
Wow!
She's on a harness most of the time.
Yeah.
Fly,
And-
baby, fly.
So we have Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. We'll dive into their performances a bit later.
Yeah.
I want to go through the cast first.
Yes.
And we have Colin Farrell as the Penguin.
Oh,
Wait, really?
absolutely unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
really? It was Colin Farrell?
Yeah.
Wow.
You're the first person to talk about that.
Yeah, honestly, like when they first said that Colin Farrell was gonna be in the movie as the Penguin, then I saw the trailer. I was like, wait, who's this? This is not Colin Farrell.
That's Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro.
Whoa, take it easy, sweetheart.
yeah.
No,
You know,
he-
just-
no, I can't remember. He looks like someone else. It's not like some other.
Too much, man.
actor.
Too much.
Yeah, I can't remember. At first glance, I thought it was an actor. Then after I realized it was Colin Farrell, I was like, wow. But suddenly it went past my mind.
Yeah, it was kind of
Like, was
crazy.
it
Kind of crazy.
What's his name? Brendan Gleeson, Brian Cox. Like I'm naming actual actors.
No,
Brian
I can't
Cox?
remember.
Brian Cox.
Was it
Nah, I don't
He's
think
not.
so.
He maybe I don't know. I'm just trying to name off the top of my head.
No, it doesn't.
Every time I look at him, I still probably think a fat Robert De Niro.
Yeah. De Niro's pretty like yeah. That's quite close. Yeah.
Yep.
And so the next cast we have on the list is the main villain, which is the Riddler,
Yeah.
played by Paul Dano. Does Paul Dano have any notable
There Will Be
films?
Blood.
Yeah, that way blood.
I didn't watch that.
This is the first movie I've seen with him in it.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, he's not.
I've seen him. Okay,
I think.
so I'm not gonna start any rant here, but for me, that's the one I was the most afraid of. Paul Dano as the Riddler, because while I think that he's fine as an actor, he overacts quite a lot.
Oh yeah, he does.
Like
Even
I remember I saw him in There Will Be Blood. You know, everything else was so, I don't want to say soft spoken, but it was a lot more down. You know what I mean? Less played up. The only times it was played up was when something actually epic was happening. You know, oil shooting out from the ground, fires happening, and all that
and
stuff.
Daniel Day-Lewis starts acting.
And then Daniel Day-Lewis threatens to drink your milkshake and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So the thing about Paul Dano is that he really, I think I did believe that he was a good actor. It's just that I felt like he overacted a lot in a lot of the scenes in there will be blood. Now, to be fair, maybe he was told to do that because his role in that movie was as a pastor, and it was like religious fanaticism in a way. So he did have. He was told to overplay, and so that's why for me, Paul Dano was the one I was most afraid of, the most. Of like, I don't know if a movie like this would need so much overacting and stuff like that. And without jumping ahead of what I thought, I'll just say I was actually pleasantly surprised, and I'll go into that later on.
I didn't know who Paul Dano was before this movie. I found him mildly recognizable, but the trailer sold me really. Like the trailer featured most of his voice. Most of the trailer featured his voice.
Yes, correct.
And just the voice alone has sold me that he's going to be a good villain. Yeah. Okay, so we'll go into a bit more details of them later because I'm still going through the cast.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Wright as Lieutenant James Gordon.
I approve. Yeah.
So like with the whole James Gordon thing, right? When I was watching with Lina, right, then halfway through the movie, actually not halfway, at the start, she asked me something. And I thought it was actually quite a true thing because you know how they keep rebooting Batman.
Yes.
Yeah.
She asked me, "What is his rank now?" Because almost every movie has a different rank. Like he will sometimes start from sergeant or lieutenant. Then she'll ask, "Is he already commissioner?" I'm like, I don't think so.
No, not.
No, he was
in this movie, he's a
lieutenant. He's a lieutenant.
Yeah. So Jeffrey Wright, I like you said, Paul Dano was the one that you feared most, right? I feared Jeffrey Wright.
Right.
I know Jeffrey Wright was a good actor. I know, but I didn't know how he would play off next to Robert.
Right.
And I didn't know how he would embody the James Gordon role. Because in all mediums that we've seen, comic books, games, James Gordon has always been a white man. So it's not really about race here, but I was afraid. I mean, that was one of the things that I was afraid of. Secondly, in a lot of roles that Jeffrey Wright has been in, he's been a larger than life kind of character.
Correct.
So I didn't know how he was going to be cohesive with a cast like that. But I thought he was good.
It's not the first time Jeffrey Wright has played a character that was white. Because Felix Leiter was also white.
He's from James Bond,
the CIA agent from
from James Bond. In Casino Royale and
basically all the Craig movies.
Was he in Skyfall? I don't remember.
No, he wasn't in Skyfall, but he was in the others.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, even
I think
even Spectre?
I think so. He was in Spectre for a bit.
I've only seen Spectre once. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Being there. Yeah. But actually, you bring up a good point because he was afraid. Like what Andric said, he plays larger than life characters.
Yes.
I was like, I don't know, because like what you said, he played Felix Leiter in James Bond.
Yeah, I was hoping he'd just bring that to his Gordon role because Felix Leiter was a pretty good ally for Bond.
Yeah.
In the little pieces that he appeared in, he didn't appear that much. Yeah.
I also think that the role of James Gordon is kind of a thankless role. In a way, because all the attention is always on the as like in terms of acting performances. Like everyone always focuses on the hero and the villain. You know, like with The Dark Knight, it was Heath Ledger's Joker. Yeah. With the Batman
Gary
Begins,
Oldman was great.
No, but Gary Oldman was the first time.
Yeah, Gary Oldman was great. He's great.
Gary Oldman was the first time they actually had a
significant
Gordon that played a significant
almost
role.
took center stage.
Yeah.
I was kind of.
I don't even remember if the Michael Keaton, the fuck's his name, Val Kilmer and George Clooney era. Do they even have a Gordon character?
George Clooney's one did. I remember.
They do.
But they had less less significance than the Adam West Gordon.
Like George Clooney's one was Batman and Robin was pretty much just to give Batman like the job and then just to get captured.
Yeah.
For Batman to save.
I don't even remember who played him.
I don't know either.
No, they had less significance than the Commissioner Gordon that appeared in the Adam West Batman. So.
He's either Okay. Let's put it this way: that he's the same actor from the 1989 Batman all the way to Batman and Robin. He's the same actor, but his role, the biggest role that he ever had in the 1989 Batman was he show up. He saw Batman. He tried to catch Batman, and
holy!
That's it. That's nice.
I remember that.
even at the end of the day, the person who actually presented the
Yeah.
like all this while we know that the bad light or the bad signal was actually, the idea of idea of James Gordon. But here, in the 1989 Batman, right, even the presenting of that bad signal was actually by Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I do remember.
That's right.
Wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
In even one of the Michael Keaton films, Harvey Dent was played by the guy that played what the hell is his name in Star Wars?
No, it wasn't.
The guy that is
No, it
friends
wasn't, it
with.
wasn't.
I have no
with
idea.
Han Solo.
No, it wasn't.
Lando Calrissian.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't him.
it's-
Wasn't him.
It wasn't.
Yes. Billy D. Williams, yeah.
Billy Williams.
Billy Williams,
yeah.
Okay.
The first one, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was him.
Then
Yeah.
after that, it became suddenly he became Tommy Lee Jones for no reason. Because they're supposed to be the same character. They were supposed to be the same character.
Right.
Yeah. Then after that,
Eh.
So it was.
Okay, so moving down the list, I have two more that I want to talk about, which is actually three, which is Alfred, played by Andy Serkis.
Yes.
He was the second one I was most afraid of, and out of the whole movie, I think he was the weakest link, but I'll explain why later.
But I'm still not convinced, but I'm pretty sure we can.
Agree to this.
I'm looking forward to that because I'm with Basil. I don't see how that could be. I can see only maybe one reason. I think Andy Serkis looks a little bit too thuggish.
Yeah.
He was designed to be that way.
Yeah.
Later you'll know. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's designed to be that
Like
way.
his costume in the movie and his overall appearance, it looks a bit too like thuggish.
Yeah, but I think I
have
didn't like that,
a
but
theory
I
why.
can understand. I think I think you and I have the same thought in mind.
And
He was
and it's
special
not even
service, special.
He was
Yes.
special.
He was
Yeah.
an SAS
because
trooper or
other
something like that,
Alfreds
yeah.
were just war vets and
Yes.
not war vets, like they were medics.
Yes.
Right, like the old Alfred, I forgot the guy's name in the Michael Keaton era. He was nothing but a medic.
Yeah.
Whereas this Alfred, he was, I think in the SAS, as you said,
Should be
like
SAS,
special
yeah.
forces.
Yeah.
And not just that, I think I read somewhere that somebody interviewed Matt Reeves,
Yeah.
and they said that this Alfred is not just a butler. He used to be Thomas Wayne's bodyguard.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He was,
okay,
So
interesting.
that's because in the entire thing, right? I mean, if you compare it to the Christopher Nolan Batman,
Yeah.
wait, I forgot everyone's name really.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Christopher Nolan's Batman, Christian Bale's Batman, he learned his fighting from the League of Assassins.
Yeah,
that's
Ra's al Ghul,
Yeah.
whichever
Yeah.
pronunciation.
Yeah.
But whereas this one
He
had
learned from
no clues about that, or in fact, the only line that we learned that where he might have picked up self-defense from was from Alfred.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah.
There was one line that said, "I taught you how to fight."
Yeah.
I remember
So,
that.
Yeah.
so that is where the hint dropped, where Alfred was not just a butler for the Waynes, but a bodyguard for Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
So
Wait.
That was actually from the Batman. I think it's Earth Zero, right? The latest one. The Earth Zero. Yeah, it was. It's actually from another. It was from another comic. I think it was Earth Zero, where he was, where they redesigned Alfred as a lot of this influence is from their comics, including later we talk about Martha Wayne. This particular Alfred in that story was legitimately the one who trained Bruce Wayne. So I think that was the comic that they actually took a lot of reference from.
I'm not 100% sure about this, but I do think that the TV show Gotham also kind of took inspiration a little bit, where the Alfred in that show.
he was also
I didn't watch
a bit
Gotham.
stocky.
You didn't watch Gotham?
I don't like Gotham. My
Yeah.
God.
I mean, to
Yeah.
me, I haven't seen the show, but I've seen like scenes and stuff like that. It looks a bit too over the top for me.
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you how much I don't like Gotham. As part of this podcast, at some point, I intend to do a Batman ranking. I'm not including him. I'm not even,
I mean-
and I'm going to include Lego Batman. I'm not even including that Batman in our rankings.
Okay, I just checked. It's got Batman Earth one.
It's not even. It's not really even Batman until the last episode.
Yeah.
The last scene.
The last.
Yeah, the last scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't
And it's
consider
a very
him
ugly
Batman.
Batman.
And I think that show, I think you can.
It's
watch
more
the show
about James
good enough.
Gordon.
I mean, it's pretty much Smallville, but Batman.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be frank, I don't like Smallville.
Yeah.
I just like.
I was too young to watch Smallville.
I don't like the idea of going through Superman's almost entire rogues gallery even before he becomes Superman.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Even the Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like the fact that, and I'm not that familiar with Superman comics, but Was it that Lex Luthor and Superman knew each other before they became enemies?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
They
sounds
did.
a bit
Yeah,
weird.
that
did.
was Smallville.
That was Smallville, but I mean in the comics.
In the
Comics?
comics?
No.
No.
Do you think it's good? Because for me, there's something about it that doesn't. Now again, I never watched Smallville, but there's something that rubs me the wrong way when it's like everyone has to know each other.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't like
neither,
that.
neither.
Yeah.
Like I knew Lois Lane from high school, and then we grew up on the same town in the same town together.
I don't
and
think
then-
that girl in Smallville was Lois.
No,
Lane.
it was
I think
Lana
it's
Lang.
Lana.
there
Lana
was
Lang.
a Lois Lane in Smallville, and then there was also a Lana Lang.
She didn't. Lois Lane didn't come from Smallville.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
sorry.
It was
I'm
later.
wrong.
Yeah, there was Lana Lang
It's a
throughout the whole time. And then
Metropolis girl.
midway through they show up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lois Lane was the only
Yeah.
few character which only appeared midway through the season just to fill out that
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just to so-called set up. But then I mean,
It's a bit too
Clark was
forced.
supposed to have met Lois only after he became Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
In Metropolis.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
Metropolis when he joined the Daily Planet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah.
so
I mean I've seen like a couple episodes of Smallville, and I've read like some Wikipedia pages. That's about it.
yeah.
I don't know much.
Yeah.
So going down the list again is this is a pretty small character, but I want to bring it up because the actor is quite a name. You know the district attorney Gil Coulson, the guy that got the phone strapped to his hand.
Peter Skarsgård.
It's Peter Sarsgaard. I could not tell it's him
seriously?
too. Yeah,
What?
You couldn't tell?
I couldn't tell it was Peter Sarsgaard.
I could tell the minute he came on screen. It was I genuinely didn't know he was in this movie.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I didn't.
Are you googling who's Peter Sarsgaard?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
He's the alien guy in Green Lantern. He's the what?
Oh.
He's the guy with yellow
What
hair.
was his-
Okay,
what's his
I
name?
finally got it. Yeah.
What was his name in the Green Lantern movie?
It's no one cares.
No. I mean, as in the.
Yeah, but he was that son of that other guy who was in Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, yeah.
And then he had the alien head.
Yeah,
I know
Because
that guy named not Tony Robbins. It's like Tim
Tony Robbins.
Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins, right? Yeah, so he was like, it's that actor.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
actually, like,
No, but I
I
remember
could
that
not tell.
guy to be really like small and stocky. But maybe it's because of the big head.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it was nice to know that it's him, right? But his performance was okay lah. I feel it's a bit forgettable, but whatever. And then I saved my like okay, so not including the main cast, I saved my favorite side cast for last. John Turturro, Carmine Falcone.
Yeah, Carmine Falcone.
Like, I first know and loved him from the Transformers movies.
Sector 7.
Yeah. And he's such a good Carmine Falcone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
He's a lot more reserved than he usually was.
Yeah.
Than he usually
Yeah.
is.
But he's designed to be that way. The character is supposed to be.
No, and I'm saying it as a good thing. Like he's a lot more reserved, way more than I would expect John Turturro.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's John Turturro has shown that he's capable of good work.
Yeah.
You know,
The
I mean,
best-
I actually did like him in a couple of the Transformers movies. Like the first one he was
No,
fine.
he was one of the standout characters.
Yeah, he was,
Yeah.
and I'm glad they actually brought him back for the second one. You know, even though the second
Yeah.
one was kind of bad.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, they put him on the side of good in the second one, so
Yeah.
It's okay.
yeah.
And to be honest, right, it's so the way that he portrayed the character, it's so easy to just go drop to that. Oh, he's a nice, goofy, nice little uncle kind of a character, but you can feel it the moment he stepped out. Even though he looks nice, he felt nice. You can feel the eeriness and the fear that.
I don't know if you could have played.
I
don't know if you
No,
could
he
play
does have that-
Falcone in as like the nice uncle.
No,
type.
I
No, he
really-
does feel that way.
I
Right.
really like the way they introduced him in the movie.
Yeah, he does.
How the entrance?
He was.
It
When
wasn't-
Catwoman
it was-
was wearing the eye contacts, and
Yeah.
she was.
Oh,
going to
that's
the
when he
club.
first appeared.
Yeah, that was the way
yeah,
he
in the
yeah.
club, in
Yeah.
the
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
club.
44 below.
In the club,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he starts showing up, and then he
Yeah,
talked
and
to.
then the next one was the church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, he was great.
There was no build up to that reveal. It was just
no,
there.
it was just there, and then
Yeah, yeah.
suddenly he was like, wait, that's Falcone. Yeah.
like you. The only way you would have known that was Falcone was the name. Like the
Yeah,
name just
yeah,
appeared.
yeah,
in the
Yes,
thing.
yes,
They never announced his name. They
Yeah.
never said anything.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
just like
yeah.
Carmine Falcone. If you
Yeah.
if you miss it, wait until the
And
next
then
thing.
Bruce is like, wait, you didn't say you know Falcone?
Oh, that's yeah.
And then they had that argument.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that.
That was really nice.
And okay, so
Solid.
I'm going a little bit into spoiler territory here. Okay, but there is he is actually credited as the unseen Arkham prisoner,
Yeah.
which is Barry Keoghan. Basil, that night we were wondering how do you pronounce his last name, and then we were like, is it Keoghan? It's not. It's Keoghan.
Keoghan.
Apparently, I want to find out.
I see.
Right. So the GHA is silent YO.
I see.
Oh, okay.
Barry Keoghan, who is one of the main cast in Marvel's The Eternals as Druid, and I thought he was not bad.
He was also in Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk.
I didn't watch that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I want to.
I haven't seen Dunkirk. Like I missed it in the cinemas, man.
Without spoiling it, he is one of the characters, like one of the
main.
I guess you could say main, but there's like 15 main characters in Dunkirk. So
not bad. They cut down by half in Eternals.
but yeah, he plays one of the quote unquote main characters in Dunkirk. I'm not gonna spoil what happens to him in the movie, but yeah.
But
I tell you, you'll be surprised to know how many Oscar-winning automated films I haven't watched. I haven't watched Dunkirk. I haven't watched Interstellar.
I haven't watched Interstellar either.
What's the? No, I can't remember now. But
I mean, trust me, I'm not really a big fan of Nolan. So yeah.
Actually, I'm not also. I'm
You
not
know-
a big fan.
I wasn't a fan of him after Inception.
Right.
Yeah, but let's not get into that now.
Yeah.
So that's it with the cast. Okay. So going back to non-spoiler territory for now, guys. What are your first thoughts of the movie? Non-spoiler. After this part, we'll go into spoilers. Before that, can you check if my camera is still recording?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so
It
much.
is.
Okay. What are your non-spoiler thoughts for this movie?
Let's go
Maybe
down the line.
Basil first.
Yeah.
Loved it. So pretty.
Cool. Thank you for the very detailed.
No spoiler,
Like-
right?
Yeah.
No, just say a bit more.
I mean, what else can I say? I mean, I love the movie. I like the writing. It looked really good. Sounded really good as well. That's all I can say.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. SK?
I'm a big fan of majority of the very dark Batman style, like for example, like the very detective-ish kind, like Bloody Valentine, that kind of story.
Bloody Valentine.
Oh yeah, finally a detective Batman movie.
Yeah, finally. And the
Yeah.
thing is, even when I watch it once and then I have to go back and watch it again, right? And I still have details that I missed out. That was like amazing. And the fact that they really, I don't want to go into spoiler detail, but they finally get a villain that is so scary and it's not Joker.
Yeah, okay. I think.
Yeah,
I think,
finally it's not a Joker.
Yeah. I think this is a Batman movie that's worth at least one Academy Award.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, please stay in the photography.
Yeah, not for lighting.
Well,
Maybe lighting.
okay, quick time out here. If you think it will win an Academy Award, what Academy Award would you actually think it will win?
Honestly, cinematography.
cinematography.
Okay, I guess.
I mean, but that's a very biased thing coming from me and Basil.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we have our reasons for saying that also, which we will get into later as well. What do you guys think then?
Kim?
SK.
SK.
Sorry, by the way, I just want to clarify. It's not Bloody Valentine. It's called Long Halloween. The one that the.
Oh, right. You mean the comic book? Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
Long Halloween. Yes.
Yeah, that one was one of the.
Yes, I can see references from that.
Yeah, and
Yeah. No, it's definitely Long Halloween.
Yeah. So if you want me to say,
I mean, there's elements of the Long Halloween, Earth One.
yeah, Earth One,
What was that? That other one.
Hush.
Okay, yeah, Hush. Yeah, Hush.
Little bit only.
There's also a little bit of the
Yeah.
Court of Owls.
Yeah, Court of
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want me to say that what's the best the award, right? I genuinely think is best cinematography. I can't think of any other
I can.
best story
Soundtrack.
soundtrack. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Soundtrack was pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to.
Brilliant. Okay.
No, it sounds so
And-
much like Darth Vader, but then we get
And you?
I thought it was good. I'm assuming for y'all is out of 10, it'll probably be like a 9,
No.
10,
No.
8.
Sure.
Like, I don't know why, but and my opinion can change, even throughout this entire podcast. But there was something stopping me from really like, oh my god, this one is amazing. Like, I'll probably rate it out like a 7 out of 10, if I had to be honest.
Okay.
And I don't know why, and I really don't know why, and I'm killing myself. I'm beating myself up, trying to figure out why, because I actually can't really think of anything that's wrong with it. And so like, what's stopping me from really like enjoying it? Maybe it's the runtime. Maybe the fact that a lot of it is such a slow build up and slow like methodical thing.
I want to rescind my rating for this movie because I don't know about you guys, but at least for me, and I think a lot of the Batman fans out there, we end up loving a lot of all these films because we watched it multiple times. And having only seen it once, I feel like I can't rate it yet. But this movie is not without flaws, for sure. There were some parts that were a little bit dry, and I feel that there were some parts that the movie could do without. Namely, a bit of a spoiler here, when Batman and Selena Kyle were back in their house looking for Annika, and then they couldn't find her, and then there were just cats licking him, and then it was like, you have a lot of cats. That scene could have been omitted out, it wouldn't change anything.
Actually, it was actually built up for the next line was the one that built out the relationship.
Which is?
I have a thing for Stray. It was.
How does that link to their relationship?
Partially because Batman at this stage was technically almost like a stray in a way. He is very lost. He don't know what he's doing right or wrong. So that character.
Okay, I wouldn't. Yeah. Okay, I understand where you're coming from, but I wouldn't pull too much link into that. I would just say that's just them flirting.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's nothing more than them flirting a little bit, which I guess eventually led up to the kiss lah.
Yeah, correct.
No, I just feel like they just put it in just because they just want to be like Catwoman.
Yeah. It was a cheesy line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. I remember there was another cheesy line. I can't remember what it was. I'm sure it'll come to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like there were other scenes like that could have been omitted, saving a couple minutes, and it wouldn't change the story, right? But so what I think of the movie, non-spoiler, is I agree with you guys. Straight off the bat, finally we're getting a proper detective film at the neo-noir type of style.
Yes.
Right, and we followed the case for a good 2.5 hours. 2.5 or 3?
It was 176 minutes.
No, as in up until the revelation of.
Then it'll probably be like 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5. Yeah. Because
so,
the ending scene was about 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we actually followed the case. Like we knew as much as Batman did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I thought that the film was very well done. Same as Basil, it looked really pretty, and a lot of the shots were screenshot worthy.
Yes.
Yeah. Every frame a painting kind of thing.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is So back to the rating, I can't rate it until I've seen it a couple more times.
You know what? I think I also rescind my rating.
Yeah,
I don't think I can. I agree with Andric. I don't think I can rate it. I need to watch it.
I can't rate this movie yet, but I can tell you where I can rank it along other Batman movies. I can also tell you where I can rank Robert with the other Batmans. Yeah, but we can do that later. Okay. Let's get into spoiler territory now. Okay, so this is your warning. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. If you have, just keep watching with us. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for the countdown. Okay, so guys, go into spoiler territory. What do you want to talk about first? Anyone can go.
You want to go ahead?
No, you guys can go ahead first. Because honestly, I really don't remember much of it.
Okay,
it's been 2 weeks ish.
Okay, I since I watched twice, I think I can share a little bit about my
watch
end.
twice.
Watch twice.
Yeah.
I'm the special one.
No.
Why are we ragging on him for no reason?
I would say one of the biggest revelation is that when you look back at all the things that, like, for example, when I was watching, there were a lot of things I missed a lot of, like, how did the Riddler able to play all this, play Batman for the whole time with all the clues and all that kind of thing. And then when you sit down and you watch the second time and you realize, and you look back at from the beginning all the way to the end, right, how he played Batman, including those clues or those riddles are technically instruction manuals for him. Was an instruction manual for Batman to say, bring Carmine Falcone to the light, and there was that mindset that everybody was thinking, it was a metaphorical meaning of bringing to the light, so we must reveal the whole entire secret to the whole world, and then suddenly the most obvious one was asking him to stand in front of the lamppost and got shot.
Yeah, I really like that twist.
That was the shocker for me, and
that was cool.
But the only thing that I felt that it really forced was because they wanted to make Riddler even more threatening, the concept of him blowing up the dam to me was kind of forced, even though it was foreshadowed prior to that the fact that the dam was so badly damaged, wasn't actually being repaired or wasn't well maintained, so it was an easy target because it was foreshadowed in the beginning of the movie. But the thing is, it was sort of like
it was pointless.
It was pointless, and it actually downplayed all of Riddler's because Riddler up until then, right, he actually played Batman very. I think he
played everyone. Everyone in the audience were 2-3 steps behind because we were on the same pace as Batman.
Yeah.
It's like what I told Basil. Whatever. Okay, so I find that in this movie, James Gordon is the voice of the audience.
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Whatever we are thinking, he's voicing it out.
Yes, correct.
Right. James Gordon is constantly 1 step behind Batman.
Yes.
Batman is constantly 3 steps behind Riddler.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But as the audience, we keep getting to see the point of view from the Batman and James Gordon.
Yeah.
Once in a while, Zoë Kravitz.
Yes.
But mainly Batman.
Yeah.
And if I'm not wrong, this is one of the very few films that we see him in the Batman suit more than Bruce Wayne.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
he does.
definitely.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne was only like in
just a little bit.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
3 scenes.
Yeah,
few scenes
but
only.
I mean, this is year 2 or 3.
Yeah,
right?
year 2.
Year
Yeah.
two.
So it's the point where he still thinks that Bruce Wayne isn't important.
Yeah.
He just wants to be the.
I mean,
he just wants to be
in
vengeance.
like the first third of the movie. Oh no, not even that. It's like the first 10-25 minutes of it. He's like, I don't care what happens to me.
Yeah.
Meaning like
yeah.
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Bruce
I mean, this film was pretty much him trying to, like, rediscovering that Bruce Wayne is just as important.
Yeah, so but to me it's like there's a lot more ways to do it than just blowing up the dance and force everybody in a place where they can actually get. I get the idea of how Riddler at the end of the day became a movement more than just him, and he's
A
just
movement?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay,
a movement. So he actually got himself arrested intentionally so that his men or those people who were rallying behind him can actually do the dirty work for him by shooting down the new mayor. But there is a lot
Bella
more.
Real, I think.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of ways to do it than just blowing up the den to make. I get that
Right.
they also want to make the climax a bit more epic, but the
Right.
whole scene felt like it doesn't feel like a Riddler plan in a way.
I actually,
I agree with you.
I also actually agree with you. To me, it felt needlessly like raising the stakes just for the sake of raising the stakes because it's the finale.
Yes,
yeah,
correct.
yeah.
You know, it felt like more of your typical superhero finale.
Yes,
where
correct.
they just raised everything.
Yeah. It's not grounded
You
like
mean
the rest
Sync?
of the movie is.
Yes.
No, it's not grounded like the rest of the movie.
Like
is.
the
It's in
rest of the
water.
movie was the rest of the movie was wow 10 for you.
Fist bump.
The audience is gonna get confused.
Our face bump just crossed their frame.
But like the rest of the movie is so grounded, okay? It's so grounded.
When you edit, right, must put explosion.
the stinging sushi explosion. And then the brain come out. Blow your mind.
Yeah. So the rest of the movie is like it's so grounded, but then you have this. I don't want to say like typical villain thing.
It's a bit too much for this movie.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually appreciate you for saying that because I think that's one of the things that bothered me, and I think that's why there was something bugging me. One of the things, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go then because I think like Basil, I can't really remember much of the movie. I would say I remember more of the technical aspects of the movie, like the filming side than the actual story itself. So I'll say whatever I can say.
Yeah.
I just thought of one more answer to your question. I think if it's not cinematography or score, they can win. They should win something for sound design. Sound design is so good. Like I've seen a few comments on Reddit, and a few people have the same thoughts as me. It's like the sound is it's so well designed. You can hear the suit.
Oh yeah.
Every time he moves, you can hear the suit.
Yes.
Right, and it's not like Guyver. It's not like that.
Yeah.
But it's so silent. And speaking of silence, wow, damn, they can do so much with silence. Right, there were so many scenes where Batman was in the crime scene, and he doesn't talk.
You don't see anything. You just hear the
like he just moves. He just looks at you
he
like
glides, and then you see him as a presence.
like
He's
for
a
example,
presence,
there was one scene where he went back to the Riddler's home alone, and then he was looking for some stuff, and then this officer came in. Hey, what are you doing here? Not supposed to be here. And he just turns and look at him, and okay, fine, do whatever you want. Then he picks something up. Hey, you can't touch that. I don't think you should touch that. And he just looks at him again. They did so much with silence.
I actually want to give like a shout out to like another scene, kind of involving kind of the same people, the policeman and Batman, where it's like right after we're spoiler territory now, so I don't
Yeah.
have to,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you don't have to worry.
So where the mayor gets murdered, right, by the Riddler,
Yeah.
right, and the police have quarantined the area and all that, right. There's that POV shot of the policeman all just staring at the camera being Batman.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
and it's all just them.
Oh yeah,
it's
and then
the-
there's that
Yeah.
push in.
and that pushing.
Yeah,
And then
that's
you just see
Yeah.
Batman from his point of view just clearing
Yes,
the way.
yes,
You know,
yes.
I thought that was a great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
It was a great way to establish his presence.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It's the over the head kind of
Yeah.
shot where you can see like him, like it was almost biblical.
Yes.
where he was
yeah,
almost
like
parting the
Moses
sea.
parting the
Yeah.
sea. Yeah,
Yeah.
Right, it was
Yeah. No, it established his presence really well because it's like not everybody's on his side,
Yeah.
but they know he's here to do the right thing.
No, not everybody. It's like pretty much literally nobody.
Nobody, yeah.
is
Yeah,
on
yeah.
his side.
But
Yeah,
they
yeah.
know he's here to do the right thing.
Mm.
Yeah,
and
and they give him that respect.
I think.
I wouldn't say that at the start.
Yeah.
I would say they move out of the way because at this point they already know who he is, but they are giving face to James Gordon.
Yeah. It was.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair,
Yeah.
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Because you can see in that movie how it slowly builds up to Batman being in the police station and every cop wants to kill him.
Yes.
Right. And oh my god, there were so many scenes that had humor in it, but not like slapstick humor.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like,
not
gonna let him
Marvel's
touch-
humor.
You're gonna let him touch that? You're gonna let him touch that? He's wearing gloves, man.
yeah.
that was really good.
I think one thing is regarding the Batman's character, like one very good thing that they established is that he's trying to make himself like the fear, the criminal's biggest fear. The irony is that he showed up and none of the criminal actually fear him. Actually, besides those small little.
I mean,
small
like
time-
the street level thugs.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, sure. But the mafias, they don't even care.
Yeah, the penguin didn't really like.
Yeah,
It's
Mr.
like whatever. you
Yeah,
know?
whatever. Yeah.
I mean, because he's still in year 2.
Yeah.
And I believe at that point, Penguin probably must have heard of him, but haven't really experienced him until that car
Until the car
chase.
chase.
Yeah.
I think being that it's year 2 and it's just starting, right? He's only mostly dealt with like
Street
street
level
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 thugs.
thugs,
Yeah.
yeah. He never bring it to.
So that's why at the starting, where there were the 3 scenes, with this guy robbing a convenience store, this other guy spray painting some
Yeah.
pillar, and
Yeah.
the Joker like thugs at the train. They had that look of fear because they were street level. They've already heard who the Batman is.
Yes.
And speaking of that, the entrance shot of the Batman, I felt that him walking in was too draggy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It cut to too many angles. Then
Yeah,
oh wow,
It was like-
like can you come out? Right. So, but it was still a very nice entrance. Like we've come a long way from the Michael Keaton entrance where no.
Yeah, sure.
I'm Batman. Right. To the just walk out. No dialogue. Start whacking.
No, and this one is like it's like he knows he can take them, so he's just like I just come here and okay, you come on,
Yeah.
because a lot of the other Batman, they will rely on like deception.
Yeah.
They rely on like just hiding in the darkness and then just pulling them,
Mhm.
just taking apart
Theatricality and
taking apart
deception.
the thugs one by one.
Yeah, that's true.
But this Batman he just like appeared.
Actually, this Batman seldom has
He even
deception.
knock on doors.
Actually, this Batman, right, the only time he actually acted with deception is only at the last scene. Like throughout the whole time, he's really just show up right in front of everybody's face.
Yeah, because you know in typical Batman fashion, right? If he wants to go into the club, he will crash in from the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, Bruce Wayne used deception more than Batman. Actually,
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
true.
He
That's
used
true.
deception to sneak into the
I
Penguins Club.
have a way to summarize what you said. A lot of the old Batmans relied heavily on theatrics.
Theatrics.
Yes.
Yes.
This
correct.
guy is just really straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? He is the Batman, he's human, he lets everyone know that, but he can beat the shit out of you if he wants to. Right? And then speaking of entrances, it's the same thing I told Lina, it's the same thing I told you off camera. His car, the Batmobile in this movie had a bigger entrance than him.
I was gonna say.
Wow, my god, the sound of the car.
Yeah.
I'm not even tempted. I'm convinced I'm gonna buy the hot toy the moment it's announced.
Oh, okay.
I cannot. I need this Batmobile.
I'm already gonna buy the Lego set of it.
Cool. Bring it here. Build it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I get permission. Yeah.
I think this is way better. Like the last Batmobile that I loved was the Michael Keaton's one. I hated the Tumbler a lot. I hated the Tumbler.
Yeah,
This was
I
the
don't
first.
hate the Tumblr.
I actually like the Tumbler.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know. I just don't like that big.
Classic Batmobile
Yeah,
for me.
yeah. Then suddenly, right, this came in as like, like you said, it's almost very similar to the Keaton design. Very similar to the point that I go, oh yeah, I like it. This is way better than the
Okay.
Tumbler.
Real quick,
Yeah.
ranking favorite to least favorite Batmobiles. Okay, the contestants are Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale, what the fuck's his name? Ben Affleck, and Robert Pattinson. My last is Ben Affleck.
Oh
I do not like his Batmobile.
no,
Really?
no!
I
come
don't
on.
like Val Kilmer's one at all.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, my bad. Val Kilmer last.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Then George Clooney, then Ben Affleck. I forgot about them. Even though I just said it.
No.
The blue light. Oh my god.
Yeah, the blue light one is
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
being a
Neon light.
Wait, was Val Kilmer's one the same as George Clooney's?
Different.
No, no,
Different.
different.
Every movie had a
but,
different.
but similar style.
Even
Yeah,
the two Batman movies that had Keaton had a different car,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
slightly
yeah.
different.
Yeah, slightly different.
Oh
The
my God,
second one,
It's been years since I've seen
Batman
Keaton's
Returns is the
Batman.
one that can split into the
It's,
missile.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
slicker.
Yeah, it's slicker.
Oh, I love that one. Yeah.
I like the more modern designs. I have to
Right.
admit. I like the more modern designs.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a millennial.
no, you're not.
You Gen Z.
Gen
We
Z.
millennials.
We are millennials.
we are.
Fine.
Yeah, we are millennials. You're Gen Z.
That's
So
even
young.
worse technically. Actually, that's even worse.
I'm
Yeah,
quite surprised he
yeah.
never include. I mean, he never included that movie from the cartoon. They have a movie one.
Well, it's not live action, so.
I mean, if you want to add that, I might also add the Batmobile from the Adam West era. It's also nice one.
Yeah, that one is. Dung, 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 dung.
Yeah, I think my favorite right now is Robert Pattinson's Batmobile,
Right.
the Charge Dodger.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Second one would be Michael Keaton,
Dodge Charger.
Dodge Charger. Charge Dodger.
Dodger.
Dodge Charger. I don't know cars.
It's the Duck Dodgers.
Shut the fuck up. Okay. Wait, what's it again?
Dodge Charger.
Dodge Charger.
Charge Dodger.
Dodge Charger.
Yeah.
It's no surprise that. It's no surprise that.
Just seeing if she's laughing at me also.
It's no surprise that Robert Pattinson cares so much about family. He learned a thing or two from Dominic Toretto.
Did she?
Wait, what? I don't understand the reference.
Because Dom Toretto drives a Charger as well.
Oh.
I didn't watch fast, but yeah.
Well,
I
the
caught
link
it.
very fast, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not furious enough, that joke.
Are you furious?
No, not yet. Yeah. So, what else did I like about the show? A lot of the angles were really good,
Yep.
right? I think the one angle that me and Basil both found a lot of joy in, was the final one, where he and Selena, they drove separate ways, and then the angle then was like that shot. It was it was quite funny. The shot, any shot where Batman was on some high ledge and looking down with that sunset or sunrise, whatever, it was very nicely done because everything was blur.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know that it was virtual.
I didn't know, couldn't
Yeah.
tell.
Which one? Which one?
Most of the scenes of Batman against the skyline and all that, all virtual screen, virtual production, stagecraft lah. It's the same thing they use in the Mandalorian.
But by the way, just on the note on the last scene where Selina Kyle and Batman actually drove out, right? This scene probably you guys will probably missed it, but throughout the whole time, right, it was Robert Pattinson in a motorcycle outfit with his the helmet, driving using the bike throughout the whole time. He has never worn the Batman suit until the end when he left.
Oh, when he's riding motorcycle.
When he's riding motorcycle, he was always in that the blazer.
I never understood why he did that.
Yeah, I don't know why, but
What?
No, I never understood why in the movie, right? Whenever he want to ride around on the bike, he always change out of the costume.
So that it's sneakier.
Right.
It's sneakier.
Oh, yeah.
It's sneakier for him.
Yeah.
It's sneakier for him to actually to follow someone. But the only time he really wore the suit and then he wore the exact same bike was actually when at the end when he finally
What does that represent?
I didn't notice that detail.
What does that represent?
Because within the film, right, sometimes you see the transition from the scene to another scene, right? It's quite the passage of time is quite fast, but then he's already changed out of the costume into his civilian clothes.
Yes, correct.
So I found it a bit weird. Yeah.
It made me feel that he, in the first place, he thought of it like Batman is more of a shadow. It's more of like someone who is only there for vengeance, and he just want to, just want to follow and sneak into other people's territory whatsoever as a civilian. But suddenly he becomes a hero, and now he fully acknowledged that he can wear that. I don't know. That's how I felt. But I felt this was a very interesting dynamic. Like he went from just wearing home clothes, riding the bike through the whole time, to suddenly he show up in
right.
Just wearing home clothes.
Home clothes, yeah.
Civilian clothes, okay.
What he wear? PTK.
He goes to the club in sweatpants and sweatpants.
Yeah.
Like he wear his standard army. Like his MUT.
PT shorts. He goes
Yeah,
there in
PT
PT shorts.
Yeah, really short. Yeah.
Anyway, I can't really name right now what else do I like about the movie. I think the car chase was great. I don't typically like car chases. That one had me on the edge of my seat. Partly because I really couldn't see, so I had to shift a bit. The car had an amazing sound design, and I was never interested in cars until I saw that, and I'm like, well, I kept researching about the car, and I tried my best to find whatever videos I can that explain about how the mechanics of that car would work. And apparently it's actually really doable, right? And to my surprise, that car is actually only using a V8 engine, even though I don't know what that means. Well, that's what Lina said.
It's quite old.
Yeah, it's quite old.
Yeah, so I mean,
but the Dodge Charger itself is quite old.
It's a 60s car.
Yeah.
But it does look like something built by just one person, what else?
Well, I think this movie could potentially be up for Academy Award in screenplay as well. Yeah.
Okay, let's slowly go down the line and acting. What did you guys think about the acting?
For most part, believable.
Yeah.
Who do you think was the weakest link in the acting?
Same as you, Alfred. Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, I thought you agreed with him.
No, I don't.
Actually, I don't think.
No, we agreed on Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah, not.
Like Gordon, like Jeffrey Wright's ability to play Jay Allen. We agreed on
but
that.
we didn't agree on.
But I didn't say that he was weak, man.
But we.
I mean, you said you were concerned. That's
yeah,
all.
I was concerned,
and
but
we
I
were
was
saying
blown
that
away.
we agreed that we weren't concerned for Jeffrey Wright. That's what we were saying.
Well, my thoughts on Andy Serkis as Alfred was, to me, Alfred has always been a support character, and no need to get someone like Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis is a very good actor. He's very good with his expressions. That's probably why he does all that mocap stuff.
Yeah.
But I just felt that for someone as big name as Andy Serkis, he had very little to do in this movie.
It's being blown up.
And he wasn't even in the ending scene. Like the last you see him, he was in the hospital.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
That's right.
So he really doesn't have much.
That's right.
And that's why I thought he was the weakest link, because they didn't use him to his full potential.
I think one of the things that he did, I feel that it's not his acting, definitely. Yeah. In terms of why he's more of a weakest link, right? It's not because he has not a lot to do, but it's more of a lot of this backstory was not fleshed out. Like for example, there was one.
There wasn't enough time, lah.
Yeah, there wasn't enough time. Like there's that emotion dynamic about him saying that he wanted to protect. He's trying to find, who killed Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne, and that whole entire scene, right? To me, it felt flat because I felt that it's a little bit flat because it's just a revelation that Thomas Wayne is not exactly a saint and he made mistake. That's all. And the rest of the points, right, regarding him, emotionally saying that he's trying to find the murderer and he's also torturing him.
He tried to.
Yeah, he tried to, and the fact that he's trying to get Bruce and he's emotionally still struggling also, it didn't came through that strongly. As even after the fact that prior to that there was a scene that Robert Pattinson outright said that you're not my father.
Yeah,
and
like you
didn't
expect them to at least kind of make up a bit at the end, but there was no such thing.
Yeah, I mean, even a shot of Alfred from his hospital bed looking at Batman's carrying people into the helicopter, that would be nice also. But they didn't even do that.
Yeah, they didn't.
You know what? I think it would have been a stronger statement if they killed Alfred off. If the Riddler had killed Alfred off via the accident, but Batman Bruce Wayne still doesn't cross that line.
Actually, that was where they have to make him alive because that was that line that he said in the hospital that he
could have died in hospital.
No, he
after that, like he could have succumbed to his injuries after being warded. After talking to Bruce Wayne, he could have died.
Yeah, but the thing is, because there was a line that the Bruce Wayne actually said that he didn't want to get through that again, and he was very thankful for the fact that Alfred was alive, and he didn't want to get through that again as to what he had gone through with Martha and Bruce, and Thomas. Yeah, and Thomas, and this lead to that one big thing where we saw the interrogation room scene where Batman was this close of really trying to kill Riddler. Because and the thing is, it wasn't because that he succumbed to his moral code. He was really this close to killing Riddler. It wasn't because Riddler intentionally said that
he was afraid that Riddler knew who he was,
and it will affect and it will legitimately kill Alfred. And that was the reason why he showed up. He didn't even bother to see the actual video of that so-called the unmasked video, which has nothing to do with the revelation of Bruce Wayne as Batman. Yeah. He just showed up in the interrogation room, and then he was this close of killing. It wasn't because Riddler said, "Oh, too bad that Bruce Wayne wasn't there, was not the one being blown up," and he realized that.
Then he realized that he don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he stepped out. If not,
because you remember that scene where he realized that he was the target.
Yeah.
Then he tell Gordon, "You're a good cop." I felt like that was a parting note.
Because he's gonna kill. He's gonna kill Riddler.
That was a parting statement to him.
Yeah.
Okay, so then here's my question, because we have also talked about this in our group chat.
Yeah.
Do you guys think the Riddler knew who Batman is?
No.
I have a theory.
Can I go back to that line?
Can.
Earlier? He said you're a good cop, right?
Yeah.
In a way, also he's just trying to say, you should know that I'm Bruce Wayne. Yeah,
I didn't get that.
Because from the start of the movie they planted that line, I don't even know who you are. And then when the moment Batman realized that Bruce Wayne was the target, he was about to go and kill Riddler, right?
Yeah.
And Gordon was puzzled, so he's lying to him, "You're a good cop, right?" It's just trying to imply that you should be able to put 2 and 2 together. Yeah. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. We
I
don't
see.
know. Yeah.
Then I think regarding your question regarding if did Riddler know, I think I pointed out initially I thought the same, like he probably knew, but he probably knew, but he faked it. Then it said now when I watched the second time, I realized that he didn't need to know. His mindset was he doesn't want to know whether who the person behind the mask was. He's outright said it in the scene where this is him, this is the mask is him, this is his true identity. Just like when I don my mask, that's me. So that completely made me realize that he don't care. He didn't care. Sorry.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And if he knew that Batman was Bruce Wayne was Batman, then he wouldn't try and blow him up because he needed Batman to bring his plan together.
Yeah, because otherwise Bruce Wayne would have been the last target.
Correct.
Not Falcone.
Not Falcone.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. But you wanna share your theory with us? No. Because I'm on the side where I think that Riddler did not know who Batman was until the scene where he spoke to Joker and he had an idea, but he also decided to not say. Partly because I feel that it's taking reference from another comic book where I think it also heavily featured the Riddler, and it was up to the finale where he already knew who Batman was, and then he was of course afraid that he would expose his identity. Right? Then he took a very sick thing on him, where he asked like what is the value of a riddle if everyone knows the answer, and then he said worthless. And I think Matt Reeves took a bit of that reference, even though he didn't show it to us in our faces, that Riddler might have known, but he decided that having that riddle is more fun than everyone know, because then otherwise he is not relevant anymore. Is that your theory as well?
Yeah, that was actually mine.
Sorry, I should have given you the chance to say.
That was the exact thing that I was gonna say, referencing that exact thing.
Yeah.
Whereas like, what's the point of a riddle if everyone knows it?
What's the value of the riddle?
What's the value of a riddle
if everyone knows the answer? Worthless.
Yeah. That's exactly.
Yeah, because I think that was in the Long Halloween, if I remember correctly.
That
Because the
was
Long
another,
Halloween also heavily featured the Riddler as one of the main antagonists.
Yeah. Correct.
And in the Long Halloween also, most of the Riddler's plans were done when he was in Arkham.
Yes.
Which follows this lah. Yeah. Okay, so we've talked a bit about acting. We've talked a bit about why we think that Alfred is, like, to us, Alfred is the weakest link, not by his choice. What about you guys? So we 1 hour in really,
Yeah. As in, Alfred is the weakest link, not by his.
I mean, that's what we think. But what about you guys?
I will say this, in terms of acting, like pure just performance, Andy Serkis is definitely not the weakest actor in terms of performance in the movie.
Yeah.
However, in terms of appearance-wise, time on screen-wise, and maybe you could argue impact on the story-wise, he's probably the weakest link in terms of that. But I will disagree if you say he's the weakest in terms of performance. I will disagree on that.
Who would you think is the weakest in your book?
I don't know why. I still think he's good, but like if you're talking about the like the worst of the best, you know what I mean? I think Colin Farrell. There was something about him that was a bit fake. I don't know.
Well,
But
I mean,
that
his
doesn't
entire
mean that he
makeup
was a bad performance. No,
is
I
fake
think
anyway.
he was great.
He did overplay a bit.
Yeah.
And I guess that's part of the humor
Yeah.
of his character.
There was something that kind of disconnected me from him.
I
I still think he did a good performance.
Yeah, he did a good performance. I think one scene that really turned me off, the car chase scene, right, was he suddenly shout, "I got you." To me, that scene,
I got you.
I got you. It doesn't felt right for me. Like it
Really? I thought that was okay. It didn't bother me.
Actually, for me, that was his
okay.
best moment.
No, I think his best moment was the interrogating scene.
Yeah,
The two of
later.
them actually, that was the best part. To me,
You two are idiots.
I'm
Yeah,
the
yeah,
complete
yeah.
opposite. I thought that was the part where I actually felt the disconnect. Specifically when Jeffrey Wright's Lieutenant Gordon showed him the pictures of his friend that was murdered by the rats. That was the part. Just that one exchange. That was the part that disconnected me. Other than that, everything else I was perfectly fine.
I just liked it when he waddled off.
That was funny. That was a bit funny. That was funny.
I think one of the worst things I've heard in that movie is the thumb drive. That's a little bit lame even for the Riddler.
Yeah.
Like that feels like a joke that the Jim Carrey Riddler would make.
Well, I mean, but that was very early on, right?
Yeah.
So
very
maybe
first one.
that was the slowly it will get more and more difficult. That's all. I give you easy level 1 first.
It felt that way. It felt that way.
No, but the lame level was really high. It just felt like it would have been something that Jim Carrey would have done, you know. But then the URL one, okay, that's a bit of a thinker.
Yeah.
But a lot of the answers from the Riddler's riddles are like in your face. Like it's just right there. Just that Batman chose to take the difficult route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sound really stupid. I don't know how they could have gotten, like, if Penguin wasn't there to help them a bit, I don't know how they would have gotten the URL Rata part.
Yeah, he
well.
was assuming that he was assuming that Batman will figure it out. He was constantly keep saying that you are smarter than me. He always thought that Batman is smart enough to solve all this riddle without anybody's help. So he's constantly saying all these things until the last line when he said that if you can't solve the final riddle, you are not as smart as I think you are.
He has always seen Batman as his accomplice, as his partner.
Yeah.
But every riddle was a test to see if he's really on his standard.
Yeah.
Right. Like and no matter what were the ways that Batman had to go through to get the answer. I mean, all the straightforward riddles he could answer, but all those that require a bit of detective work, he had to really work for it.
So I guess you could say that him chasing Penguin in a way was like the point of the riddle, where to work for it, to really like work for the answer.
Yeah.
Possibly.
But it's not part of the Riddler's plan to actually to get him to chase.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's like, whatever means you have to do to get the answer to the riddle, do it.
Yeah.
Then I'll know that you're like worthy.
Yeah. So
I just thought of one little tidbit for you guys. You know, very early on at the train scene where there were the bunch of like gangster clowners.
Yeah.
And there was one black kid with only half the face painted, and he was the one kid that didn't seem to want to be there.
Yeah.
Is that actor is also in Titans as Tim Drake.
Yeah. I heard about it today.
Cool.
Like I watched the YouTube video.
So could it be the next Robin?
Well, I mean, he looked like a young.
Don't bring in
let's
Robin
not
now.
bring up.
Well, he looked
Batman
like,
is
he
barely
looked like,
mature.
Well, he looked like a young Vic Stone.
Yeah,
anyway,
I mean,
but
as
Vic
in-
Stone would be too young.
True.
Yeah.
I mean,
this
as in
point
they
of
start
time.
bringing Brahaven already. So
Yeah.
what's next?
Yeah, don't bring in Robin now because they just fixed the Riddler.
Yeah, true.
Let Batman mature a bit more. I mean, if they do more movies with him, then maybe we can think about that in the future. But I'm happy with what we have now, like with Batman as a focus, maybe a bit of love interest with Selena Kyle. I don't think she'll come back in the next movie. I don't think they should feature Joker in the next movie as well.
Oh, I hope they don't.
Right. I mean, because we didn't plan the topics for the podcast tonight, we are a bit all over the place.
Yeah.
Right. So we just talk about whatever we think of. Who do you guys want to see as the villain in the next movie?
Harvey
Hush.
Dent.
No, I have a very different
Harvey Dent for him, for you?
Iceman. Iceman. Mr. Freeze, sorry.
Okay.
Iceman.
I said
Ice to meet you.
Think about what you could do with all the ice. Cool party. Okay, everyone, chill.
I felt that all this while, right? Like for example, the whole entire, if you notice that the past Batman movies, right, is sort of, since the Nolan movies, right, are actually redeeming all the past mistakes, especially towards the Joe Schumacher's Batman in a way. Like they
I
redeem.
don't see that much redemption, lah. I would say.
No,
Okay,
as in-
I mean, okay, you could argue Two-Face and Bane. That's the only two that come to
Yeah,
mind.
but now it's Riddler. So I feel that minus Poison Ivy, I think the next was the one that I think deserved a redemption in terms of remaking his story is Mr. Freeze, because his character in the animation in the animated series made him so endearing for the all the diehard fans will always say that Mr. Freeze's backstory was one of the best. So it made me feel that if we really want to bring that kind of that kind of story, I think we can bring him in rather than bringing characters like Joker, like even for Two-Face. Technically speaking,
we have seen like 2 renditions of
Yeah,
Two-Face at this
I
point
don't
already.
want to see Joker.
Yeah, I
Me
don't
too.
know.
I mean, we all can agree that we don't want to see Joker.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
not in the next movie, not so
Oh, hell
soon.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
But what about you?
Hush.
Oh,
Ooh, okay, that's
Yeah,
a good
yeah,
one.
Hush,
Yeah,
Actually,
that's a
They
good
already
one.
built up to Hush in this
Yeah.
movie because the
You have my
journalists-
answer as well.
Yeah.
So for you would be Harvey Dent.
Well, I mean, because they kind of set up the whole Maroni thing. Because in the comics, Maroni is the one that caused Harvey Dent to lose half his face.
Right.
Because he spilled
Yeah,
acid on it.
But
And the
Maroni's
DA died.
gone.
And the DA is gone.
Yeah.
So they'll have a
Well, the
position
DA is
open
gone,
for a new
that's right.
DA.
That's right.
And now that what's the name of the new mayor again? Real.
Bella Real.
Bella Real. So like she's kind of like the new like not non-corrupt politician or
For
something.
now.
Like, for now,
Yeah.
So maybe like the same with like in the Dark Knight where Harvey Dent is gonna rise up to be the new incorruptible.
Yeah, no, I think they might rewrite it a little to have Penguin be the one responsible for Two-Face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it seems that Penguin's going to fill the vacuum that's left by Falcone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, as in they didn't actually set up Maroni as a person who destroyed Harvey Dent's or who caused Harvey Dent's Two-Face in
Because
the
he
Dark
died,
Knight.
what?
No, because of Dark Knight.
Because of what?
The Dark Knight didn't actually establish. It was actually Joker who caused.
No, I'm
Yeah.
talking about in the comics though.
No, yeah, in the comics, but even in the movie rendition. So they don't need to follow the comics.
I know they don't
Yeah.
need to follow the comics, but being that it's there, it has a possibility of going that route.
Yeah. They can. I mean, they definitely will bring in a new DA, and that person is definitely going to be Harvey Dent.
Yeah, it has.
Okay,
Yeah.
so my answer for that question would be I don't want to see Joker as the main villain.
Yeah.
I don't mind Barry Keoghan coming back and just like showing us a little bit, but not the main villain.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think they should fill the DA position with Harvey Dent, but in the second movie, he should still remain good.
He should still be a DA.
I think
Right.
if they were gonna, if like
maybe
that's the
leave
case,
it to
right?
like a
Cliffhanger, or like
like a mid-credit scene,
Yeah.
okay,
correct.
something like that.
right? And then you see his transformation.
So the end of the movie will be where he gets disfigured.
Yes.
That will be the
correct.
conclusion.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that.
But
Yeah.
he should not be the main villain. I understand why you say Mr. Freeze, because you feel like no, now that they have fixed Riddler, they have fixed Two-Face,
Yeah.
they've kind of fixed Joker, you want them to fix Mr. Freeze.
Yes.
I think jumping from a grounded Riddler to Mr. Freeze is a huge jump. It's too huge a jump, because I would think that the next movie will still be in maybe at least Batman Year 5. It wouldn't jump 10 years ahead. Right, so I think a small jump upwards from a grounded Riddler would be Hush or Court of Owls.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. I still think Court of Owls may be a bit too much of a stretch. Slightly.
Okay, so my
It can be reasonable.
No,
My
Court of Owls
response-
is good if you have Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
my response for that is because at the very end of the movie, Gotham is in worse shape
Yeah.
than it's ever been.
Yes.
Yeah.
correct.
And now it's time for the Court of Owls, for the court to surface, to take back control. Because Maroni's not there, Falcone's not
Correct,
there,
correct.
Penguin is not really at power yet. Right, so I feel that the second movie can be a bit of Penguin and the Court of Owls fighting for power.
Well, there's a bit of no man's land there.
A little bit,
Yeah.
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 And Hush can be like one of the assassins that just happens to have a grudge with them, and it's like, sort of the side villain.
Yeah.
But I feel that the main villain that would not be too far of a jump would be Court of Owls. Yeah. Because that still is in play with the sins of the father
Yeah, true.
theme that
And-
was
and
heavily
Hush as well,
featured in
yeah.
the first movie.
Yeah.
And Hush.
I would probably believe more of Hush than Court of Owls. Now that's just for me. But like I think if like Two-Face, Mr. Freeze, Court of Owls aren't there, I do think Hush will actually be a great villain for the sequel, and it's never been done before on the screen, on the big screen.
Yeah.
I mean, what they could potentially do is they can bring in Hush as the villain. They can set up the Court of Owls and Penguin to be seizing power, and then maybe they take down Penguin at the end of the second movie, and that's when Harvey Dent gets disfigured. And the third movie is about trying to bring Harvey Dent back into the light, because he's filled the vacuum where Penguin left, and then bringing him back into the light as well as taking down Court of Owls.
So like,
Yeah.
so the third one would be about saving Harvey Dent and fighting the Court of Owls
And taking them down.
and taking them down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say that Court of Owls would be a good place to start.
Yeah.
Would be a good place to start in the third one, along with
Second
Penguin.
one. Yeah.
No, the third one. Like
third one.
Second one,
they
second one.
they established it in the second one.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
Let Hush
but
be the
threat
yeah.
of-
They are the main villain of the third one.
Yeah,
Yes,
would be
yes.
the Court of
Yeah,
Owls.
let
Yes.
Hush be the main villain for the first, for the second.
I think Hush would be a good thing, and it's never been done before on actual like cinematic.
Yeah,
version.
I think it would be a good counterpart to Batman,
Yeah.
because in this film we see him use his brain,
Yeah.
but in the next film we want to see him fight with somebody,
Yeah.
like with somebody he may not be able to defeat
Right.
so easily.
And like I know you guys, I don't think you guys played the games, but like in the Arkham games, right? In the Arkham City, the second game,
I played the first one.
you played the first one?
Arkham Asylum.
I actually didn't play the first one. I only played the second and the third. But
I'm gonna play Gotham Knights.
me too. I wanna
Yeah.
play.
Arkham Knight.
I'm actually really excited for that. And that and Suicide Squad. But anyways,
Yeah.
in the second one, in the second one, there's a small mini mission involving Hush that ends in a cliffhanger in a way.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it continues back in the third. But they kind of just let it be a small thing and then just let it go. But I could see that's how I was introduced to Hush, and it could see the real potential in that. And I like how, being that this is a more grounded thing, something like Hush, when they treat it in a more... I know we had a serial killer with Riddler, but you know, Hush is technically also a serial killer because he like steals people's faces and
Look, I think I want to see more of the so-called Wayne family controversy.
Me too.
Yeah, and I think it's a good way to continue the story of Bruce choosing to be Bruce Wayne a bit more. Yeah, I think it's the natural progression of the story because once he sees his family name being dragged through the mud like that, he has no choice but to come out. Yeah.
Quick question: If you think the Court of Owls should be in the third, like the main villain in the third one, how many years of Batman do you think Batman should have been? Like
maybe okay, if this one is 3, right? Two. Then maybe 6.
6.
5, 6.
5, 6 ish.
So me too.
Every movie is a 2-year jump.
Yeah.
2-3 year jump.
2-3 year jump.
Yeah. That's why I think Court of Owls should be in the second movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Court of Owls should be the main villain, but it's not what's the word? Like, it doesn't have to be the main villain because there is a fist fight. Right? Hush can be in the movie as well as a secondary villain, like you know how Deathstroke kind of was in the Justice League. Is it the one, or is it the Superman movie? Whatever lah. Like he was there, but he was the muscle, and that's it. So I like the whole brains feature in the first movie, and Court of Owls is full of smart, rich people of Gotham.
Yes, correct.
And that's the brain fight that we can see. Yes, they have one muscle, just one. I think it's called talents or something.
Yeah, talent.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want to see Bruce Wayne go up against the political side, like the really dark side of Gotham, and finding out even more that his dad is really not such a good person after all. Yes, he was corrupted, but he tried doing good, but it doesn't wash away the sins of Thomas Wayne. And it could delve deeper into the fact that Martha used to be a resident of Arkham Asylum.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was
because
one
those
thing that
are
they
secrets
changed,
that the Court of Owls will have.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Look. That's why I think Court of Owls makes a great third movie.
Yeah.
Because you build them up in the second, right? Maybe you can merge the characters of Talon and Hush. I don't know. But,
maybe.
But having Bruce Wayne come out and try and reclaim the family name, and that's where somebody will want to take it down again.
Yeah.
Because he's actually doing good for the city as Bruce Wayne.
I actually think now that you're mentioning about stuff like that, right, about Sins of Father, I think I'm more on board with the Court of Owls now I'm thinking about it, because I also think that, like what you said, like he wants to maybe when he finds out that his father is not such a good person, he was a bit corrupted, and then in the third one maybe it's his journey to try and find redemption for his family, by tackling the Court of Owls. I think that might be a good way to bring in Damian Wayne. Not Damian Wayne. What am I talking about? What's his name? Dick
Grayson.
Dick Grayson. What am I talking about? Damian Wayne. That's his
Damian's
son.
too far off.
No, not Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne.
I agree with you.
Dick Grayson.
I think
Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson. They should do Dick Grayson justice.
Because in the Court of Owls comic, they established that Dick Grayson was actually going to become like a Talon or something like that. Like, because Talon, the assassin that works for the Court of Owls, Talon, is like someone who is chosen and then raised to become like a servant of the Court of Owls.
Right. Right.
So it was established in that comic that Dick Grayson was going to become the next Talon if not for that accident that happened to his parents, and then Batman suddenly took him in. So I'm thinking that would be a great way, because Bruce is trying to redeem his family in a way. Then he'll give him a chance to like adopt the orphaned Dick Grayson and raise him to be the next like savior, protector of Gotham. You know, I think that's a
Or blood
After
halo.
hearing you say that, I'm on board with your idea.
Yeah.
Because even in the first movie, there were a couple of scenes
right?
where him looking at the kid
The kid,
and then having that little connection there,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey kid, I
Yeah,
understand how you
Often,
feel.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe they could play it out in a second or third movie, but I don't want to see Dick Grayson in costume.
Yes, I also don't want
Dick
to.
Grayson, fine. I don't want to see him in costume. Not yet.
You want
Yeah.
to see like a Dark Knight Rises, Joseph
I-
Gordon-Levitt?
No, not even that. Not even that. Not even that.
No, I think if they ever do Dick Grayson, he should be like
Still a kid.
10 to 11 years old.
Yeah, still a kid. Still a kid.
Yeah,
Yeah, he shouldn't
and
be.
he should be visibly that young instead of getting like Chris O'Donnell to play.
Do you think they will still make him in the circus?
I want a car. Chicks dig the car.
This is why Superman
Superman
works
works
alone. But okay, so if they bring Dick Grayson the way that we discussed it, do you think they'll still make him into the circus, like from the circus?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That is his backstory.
because
I don't want
because
to
there
change.
is a way to.
To
I
weave
mean,
in.
there's always a way to weave it in with the Court of Owls and everything.
No, it's more of
Yeah.
it's a way to weave in circus into a 21st century story.
Yeah.
It is a 21st century story. They talk about social
Sure.
media. They talk about touch phones.
Okay, I get where you're coming from
Yeah.
because it was easy to pull off circus in the 90s.
Yes, yes.
Right, like sure there'll be a traveling circus, but how often do you see that now? I mean, I guess there still is kind of, like Cirque du Soleil is still traveling. I mean,
Yeah.
It's rare.
pre-COVID, but it's rare. It's
Yeah.
really rare.
It's
He
really
can
rare.
he can maybe have a performance inside a concert or
Or
whatsoever.
a casino that's
Yeah, correct.
owned by somebody that.
Yeah,
Yeah. That can be a way.
Maybe Penguin. Maybe he was owned by Penguin.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So they definitely can be able to weave it in.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm sure they'll find a way, and I hope they do.
Yeah.
there's one more thing I want to talk about for this film that I think not a lot of people has touched on. Not even the reviews that I've been listening to, which is, for the first time, I believe in any live action or maybe even the cartoon. I can't remember. You understand why Batman has an attachment to the city.
Yeah.
Right? It showed the most of Gotham compared to all other live action films, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right? You understand his ties to the city, and it's because it's so linked to his parents.
Yeah.
Everything before that painted Thomas and Martha Wayne as the saint of Gotham City, and why are they being good? Because we just happen to be citizens living here.
Yeah.
But the fact that now that they tie the Waynes and the Arkhams as one of the founding fathers or founding families of the Gotham City,
Yes.
you understand why Bruce chose not to live with
Yeah.
Selina at the end.
Yeah.
Because he is not fighting for himself anymore. He's fighting for his family,
family.
his lineage,
His family legacy.
Yeah, his family legacy here. He mentioned that.
to constantly right the wrongs of his father. Like, I think at the end, even after having that talk with Alfred, he was already doubting his father, and I don't think he was fully convinced.
Yeah. He's not.
He's
Right.
really convinced that his father was bad, or was it that his father was
is good.
Oh, okay.
Because Alfred was being very adamant that like he was saying, your father is a good man, your father is a good man, but I didn't think he was convinced. He was like, okay, fine, sure, But I also believe the theory. I mean, come on, like, we are in a modern world, and it's such a grounded movie. I believe in the theory that nobody gets their riches without getting their hands dirty.
Yeah.
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 It's like that in the real world. It's like that. It should be that way in the movie as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
And this is I forgot what's the point I want to make. Yeah. What did you guys think of the Bat Cycle? Because Lina didn't like it.
It was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Like she didn't like the bad years.
Yeah, that was cute.
I mean, okay,
It's
after
a Batcycle.
the Batmobile, which is a literal muscle car, I don't think you can, like, the Bat cycle is just whatever, After showing that Batmobile.
Oh,
Then there's one more thing we can talk about. Batman's flying.
the Bat Cycle is like,
Oh,
finally
that's
some
flying.
branding.
Yeah.
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 Batman's flying.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
I
realistic.
thought it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the ingenious
that
way
he
they
It's
fell.
did
base jumping, right?
Base
Yeah,
jumping.
base jumping.
It's
Finally,
it's a wingsuit.
Yeah.
finally he did base jumping for real.
Yeah.
Actually, he did. Actually, in Batman Begins and all, he still
he
do
did,
base
he
jumping, but
did,
it's just
he
that he didn't. They established him that he's really such a daredevil.
He was
in the-
more this one you really feel like he was gliding. Like there was no going up. It was just going down at a curvature,
Yeah.
And I like that he fell. We spoke about this offline as well, that this Batman seemed to have a fear of heights.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
And that was so
It's not
realistic because if you
not
think
that
about it,
confident,
he spent most of his time on the ground.
Yeah.
On the ground. There are very few times that he was really at a height. Was whenever he met Selena at the building, but that's still relatively safe.
He still take escalator go up.
Yeah, the one time that he jumped down was he jumped down after her to try and catch her.
Yeah.
But that one's I feel that like it was more filled with passion.
Yeah.
And he wasn't really thinking really.
And not just that, he was not flying at all. He's just grappling.
He had a grappling gun.
Yeah. So he didn't have that. I like the fact that they even established the fact that in the beginning he doesn't enjoy flying down that much, like in the air a lot. Unlike the original Batman has been constantly portraying him like immediately that devil can actually fly here, fly there, like nobody's business like that.
Yeah.
Or glide here, glide there.
Apart from Christian Bale's Batman, right? Most of the other Batman have just been operating for a while already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but even for Christian Bale's Batman, like in the beginning, he seemed like he's
but he was trained by Ray Shagu.
Oh yeah, true. Like he's not afraid of the height, the sky.
Yeah, actually, this Batman is the least trainer.
Yeah, he's the least trained.
Yeah, I mean, we still don't know.
He
still don't know for
He was
sure.
basically homeschooled.
Yeah, he was
we don't know for sure.
Yeah.
No, he was homeschooled. He was technically homeschooled.
We don't know the level of his
It was just
training.
one line.
Just
only.
because it's not said doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't know until we watch more of his stories.
Correct. Because it's always a thing in Batman stories where he leaves home for a while.
True.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I find that he doesn't not. I feel that he did establish that he's more like a grounded fighter than somebody who can snuck in and.
It's more of street fighting.
Yeah.
Than like actual martial arts.
Yeah. Yeah, so that led me to believe that he's really, like you say, he's not exactly like trained that much as compared to the previous Batman where they will be able to know how to use stealth, that kind of thing. He just used the dark as his weapon, shows up, and after that, he punched them.
That brings up a good question. It's like, do you
This
think
Batman is more of a brawler
Yeah, he's a brawler.
than a martial artist.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, we are seriously running out of time.
Okay.
I believe I have like 7 minutes left.
Okay.
So very quickly, we rank the favorite Batman movies to Batman, and we do closing.
Okay.
Okay. So very quickly, everyone go through. Don't explain why. Just say favorite to least favorite Batman movie.
Least favorite.
Or you can just say your favorite and least favorite. Don't have to rank everything.
I think the Batman is my favorite. Yeah.
Least favorite?
Least favorite Batman Robin.
SK?
I no matter what. Okay, I'll list my top 3 best favorite first. Then
No.
top one.
Favorite, least favorite.
Favorite. Okay.
And don't explain why.
The Batman. I mean, not the Batman. Michael Keaton's Batman, and then the least has to be Batman and Robin. Yeah.
Okay. Zach.
least favorite Batman and Robin? Come on. So easiest. Most favorite, I'm going to say Mask of the Phantasm.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But how
Okay.
about live action?
Live action?
Actually, I was more going live action.
Okay,
sure.
fine. Live action, I'm still going to say Dark Knight just because of the fact that this one is so new. I just need to let it digest more.
Yeah.
I'm still going to say
like
the Dark
Mask of the
Knight.
Phantasm too.
Yeah, I love it also.
The best Joker laugh.
Quintessential Batman movie.
The best Joker laugh in anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And for me, okay, worst movie. Which one is the one with the bad nipples?
Batman and Robin.
Forever and
That
Batman
one.
and Robin. Yeah.
That one.
No, look, I can deal with bad nipples. I can't deal with bad credit card.
Yeah.
Whichever that had George Clooney. Okay, so as I was saying, my least favorite is whichever one that George Clooney was in, because I don't think he's a good Bruce Wayne nor Batman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Favorite one, Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I feel that even if I've watched the Batman a few more times, it'll be my second favorite. Because I still think Dark Knight as a whole film was it was done much better.
Yeah.
I feel like Dark Knight was a good film, but I don't think it was a good Batman film.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I can understand why.
Yeah, because
I can understand why.
Because like when I saw Batman Begins, that was a great Batman film. Batman Begins was great for Batman.
Because there were detective themes to that. Second one is not much really.
Yeah, the second one
was a gangster film.
Yeah, the second one was a gangster film, and the second one was like information age spying on people, etc.
Yeah,
I mean things
yeah.
that Batman does, but it's taken too much into reality already.
I just don't like too much exposition that the Dark Knight
Yeah,
constantly
it
dish
was
out.
it was like James Bond in Batman costume.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
So it was a great film. very entertaining, very well shot, well produced, everything, right? But it wasn't Batman for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Accepted. Okay,
Then when I saw Ben Affleck's Batman, it was like Batman popped out right out of the comic book.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He does.
again, very quickly, favorite Batman? Least, most.
Least George Clooney. Most favorite Ben.
Ben Affleck. Go.
Yeah.
Most favorite Michael Keaton, least George.
Okay, you.
I was definitely George Clooney, least favorite, and I would have to say probably best. I think I might agree with Basil that Ben is actually probably the best. But if I have to rank, Robert Pattinson probably comes in the top 3, along with Michael Keaton.
Ben walked right out of the animated series.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Ben
Yeah.
Affleck, yeah.
As Bruce Wayne and as Batman.
Bruce Wayne, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Batman, no. That's not for me,
Right.
but I respect yours. For me, favorite Batman, Robert.
Okay.
Okay.
Least favorite, George Clooney. But my top 3 Batman, Lego Batman. It's gonna be like Patrick Wilson. Yes, I want to hear him as Batman.
No, it's Will Arnett.
Really?
It's Will
Lego
Arnett.
Yeah.
Batman.
My bad. Sorry, Will Arnett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick Wilson is Orm.
Right.
Yeah.
So there are only 2 people
Yeah.
that I recognize that are as the correct Batman voice when they say I'm Batman, and that's Kevin Conroy and Will Arnett.
Okay.
Thank you everyone so much for watching this episode. It's very long and we've actually had a couple of breaks because the camera just couldn't take it. If you enjoy our review, let us know. We might do a part 2 of this where we can talk about even more. We do another 1.5 hours episode.
Please say yes. I love this.
Let us know. And in the meantime, you can follow all of our socials on Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify.
We'll talk about Adam West Batman.
Yeah. So you can clearly tell how much of Batman fans we are because just in the last 1 hour and 45 minutes, not enough time for us to talk about it.
Yeah.
So do let us know. We hope you enjoyed the episode, and this is Prod.cast signing out. Bye.